Hey guys, so last time I did a quinque tier list in Ghoul. So this time we are going to be doing a KAGUNE tier list in Ghoul. Okay, so I hope I'll have every KAGUNE here. So let's start off with Amon 1. So Amon 1 is the first stage of the Amon KAGUNE, and it's got two other kakuja forms, but for the KAGUNE I'd have to say overall it's like decent. I'd have to honestly put it at mid because the moveset is a bit like the Dojima of CCG, but it's like probably a worse version. So that's why I'd put it at mid B rank. Next we have the Amon Kakuja, so Amon K1. This one is actually not too bad. If you can use it, if you know how to use it, you could do pretty well with it. So I'll put it at A rank because it's not the best I've seen, but it's obviously pretty good. Next we have Koshi K1. I think this is gonna be pretty obvious. This Kagune Kakuja is just a spam. Honestly, there's no other way to describe it. This is just a spam Kakuja, and so it's just got its deserved place of S since it is very OP. If you go glass cannon with this, you basically can kill anyone. It's pretty broken. Next up we have Taki K1. So Taki K1 is honestly not too bad. It's obviously not as good as K2, but it's still pretty good honestly, because a lot of the moves are like K2. It's got a lot of dashing moves, it's got a speed move, it's got a projectile move. So I think I'll put it above Amon K1. Maybe this is disagreeable, but I've just personally I think this is pretty good. Personally I just think this is easier to use and just better, but I may be wrong. Next up we have Eto 1. For the first form of Eto, I'd have to say this is it's not great. I don't want to put it at terrible, but at the same time it doesn't have a C move. It's since I've got Eto right now, let me just give you guys a bit of what I mean. So if you go to the first stage of Eto, the M1's, but the E move is just, it goes pretty far, it's alright. The R move is pretty bad, I mean, and then you have the F move, which is kind of an AoE move, but it doesn't do great damage. It's not, it's not some crazy kind of Kagune. So this is either between garbage or bad. We'll just put it at bad though, because I think there's worse to come, so we'll leave it at C. Next up we have Eto K1. So this Kakuja is actually very underrated. So with Eto K1, it's honestly not too bad. You have a projectile move that is really good. You have the R move, which is also very good, and then F move, which slams. And the best part about this, believe it or not, is actually the counter. So this counter is very OP, and it's good to, especially against melee ranged enemies. So maybe even like Kakukongs or any kind of melee ranged enemies that attack you. They're not gonna get very far because the counter will inflict damage on them. So what most people tend to do is to kind of avoid the counter. So as soon as I activate the counter, they'll be less on the offensive and more on defensive, because a counter is a counter. You don't want to gain damage from the reason. So that's the reason that I think it's pretty underrated. It's actually pretty good as well. The moves are not the greatest, but the counter does carry it. So I'll put this at good, but I'll put it after Amon. Next we have the Godzilla 1. So this is like, I've never actually used it, but I've seen showcase of it, and it's decent. It's not anything crazy. It's not great, but it might still do somewhat well. So I'll just put it after Amon because it's not terrible on like Eto 1 level. It's more of a, I guess, a mid kind of stage. And now we have Godzilla. So I'm tempted to put this at S because it is really good, and I think I will, because it's got a very OP move where you just submerge in the ground, and very good for running, very good for catching an enemy off guard, very good for a lot of things actually. And it's got a dashing move. It's just very good on the offensive side, so I'll put it at S. Next we have PK Ken, post Ken. So post Kakuja Ken is like, unfortunately this is like a very kind of outdated, and it's just not great. I'd low-key have wanted Ken to kind of have like the claw, the claw transformation version, or like, when the Kakuja, his Kakuja or Kakune turns into like a claw. I think that would have been a way better addition. for Ken's after Kakuja, since that would have been, it would have had better movesets maybe. But although it looks pretty cool, PK Ken, it's just not that great. And so I'll just put it at mid, maybe, I guess after Amon maybe. I don't even think I'd put this at good because I really don't think it's that good. You guys might put it at like a low A, but I'm just gonna put it at high B because, you know, might as well add more to the B section since I'm assuming a lot of them will be meta or good. So the next one we have is the Kagune, the Ken Centipede. Believe it or not, I think the Ken K1 is better than PK Ken, so. And, like, bro, this is such a fast Kagune. It's got another mode, and it's overall just really good and really fun, so. The Centipede version is definitely good to use, it's good for grinding, and, yeah, so this is gonna go at good. Next we have Koshi. So believe it or not, Koshi 1 is actually good. So this is not the kakuja, this is the first stage of Koshi. But it is still very spammy, very good for grinding. So this is gonna have to go, I'm thinking maybe after Amon, or maybe after Eto, I'm not too sure where I would put it. I guess I'll just put it above Eto because Eto K1 is carried by counter and counter is in everything, so there we have it. I'll put it at the third one for now. Next we have Tsukiyama, probably the worst Kagune in the game, so we'll leave it garbage. It's self-explanatory, it has no other stages, it's just bad, you know, so it's gonna stay there. Next we have Lycan 1. So this used to actually have like a really cool speed glitch that was very fun to use. That I think at one point when it came out and I got it, like the moves they were like they had very low cooldown and they kept like most of the moves are dashes. So I was just flying through the map, and when I tell you flying, bro, I was going so fast through the map that I kept resetting because the game thought I was bug abusing when the whole thing was bugged itself. That was a very fun experience though. I'll put it at good. Um, I'll put it after Centipede because I think the Centipede is better, but I may be wrong, so we'll just put it there for now. Next we have Eto. So I'll give another showcase. I'll just give a quick Eto showcase since I'm using Eto right now. Um, Eto is actually really good. I My personal opinion is that this stage is better than this stage because this stage is about getting hit to have your giant laser, and I'm not a big fan of that, so I never actually use this form. And this form is just very. It can be very brain dead and very spammy. So look, has a very high range, right? You use that, and then after you just press C, you can either run with it or you just go F, and boom, it does a lot of damage. And the cooldown of it is so low, you can just abuse it. Like you can just keep on doing it. And the R is also pretty good. So yeah, it's a very fun kakuja. I'd say you guys should use it as well. I don't know if you all would agree, but I think it's definitely better than the last one. So I'm actually gonna put this at like, I think I'm gonna put it above. I won't put it meta, but I'll put it at here because it's definitely better than all of these. Honestly, that's what I believe. Just the fact that you can abuse C so much is pretty OP. At least I'm a pretty big Eto user, so maybe it's just me that does that a lot. But yeah, that's just why I would put it at good. Next we have Lycan. Lycan is it's a kakuja that doesn't have a lot of range, but it makes up for it with its really far dashes. And I think I'm gonna put this above Eto because I did have this one time, and I have to say, if you even go like last cannon with this and you manage to stun your enemies with the raw and you just like full on combo them with melee, you kill them. Like it's pretty simple, straightforward. I think it's better than all of these, so we'll leave this one here. Next up we have this Nishiki K1. Nishiki K1 is one of those forgotten kakujas that I really see nobody use, but it's a pretty fun kakuja. It's not that bad to be fair. You can do pretty well on PvP with this, but it is very old, so I'll have to put it maybe after, I don't know, this is a bit, because I don't know if I want to put it after Centipede or if I want to put it at like, we'll just put it here. I think this is like a decent spot for it. Next we have Noro, the first stage. Noro first stage is with no glaze, without anything. It's just bad, honestly. It's not that good. I don't know if I want to put it. I'll just put it after too because it's just not. It's not something you would use for PvP. For grinding, maybe, but even for grinding, if you're low level, it's just not something you would use. So I'll just leave it at bad or not great. Next we have Noro. So this is the old Noro model, but we're gonna base it on the new Noro. So I'll definitely put this at meta. But apparently this did get nerfed. But from my experience of using Noro, I'll just give you guys another quick showcase. People argue that the K1, the old Noro kakuja, was better. But personally, I think that this is better. I mean, you got these dashes that make you pretty fast. You have a C move that is very good as well, very fast. And if you press C once, you're on the freaky mode. That's what I call it. And instead of the dashes, you have like, as you can see, block armor plus anti-grab. It's basically a bit of hyper armor. And if you hold C on this, you launch it yourself, which is basically the old Noro C anyways, you know. That's how it works. But yeah, this one doesn't have blocks. It does have a cool loaf animation, as you can see. But yeah, it's just not bad, you know. It's really not bad. You just have to know how to use it. That's really all. So personally, I'm gonna put this above Godzilla, but that's just my opinion. Maybe you guys are better using this, but I've actually never used this. I'm just basing this off showcases and PvP fights I've been in. Next we have Hinami, so I don't know if they have Hinami's second stage. I kinda doubt they even have it, honestly. TIERLIST they don't have the Hinami K2. So we're gonna base this as if it was Hinami K2, because K1 isn't that worth speaking about. It's good, but K2 is pretty damn good, and I'll explain what. So basically Hinami 2, I said K2, but it's not a kakuja, I don't think, or maybe it was. It's either Hina 2 or Hina K1, I don't know. But anyways, the Hina second version is very good because a lot of the moves you can block while doing it, which means that you are going to be giving damage to people, and I'm talking about some good damage, while the damage you receive while being in the shielded state is very low, which makes this pretty brain dead at times. So we'll leave this, I'm going to put it above Lycan because it's got insane range and has very good protection. So this is debatable, but the reason I'm not putting it at meta is because I fought a Hinami user with like Noro and I've still absolutely destroyed them. It's good, but I don't think it's on Noro's level, so we'll leave it there. Next we have Kenwan. We'll put it at terrible garbage because honestly, who uses that? I mean, I don't think there's a point rating that. Then we have this one. We'll just put this at here because it's also terrible garbage, whatever. I think this one was, yeah, this is an old. They don't have this anymore, I'm pretty sure. But when this was in the game, the E was infinite, and this was amazing for farming Eto. But I think they changed Eto a bit, and they also removed this so that we can't really put it in the tier list. Now we have, I think this is Nishi 1. It's terrible as well. Just put it here. And we also have, I think this is Yomo 1, right? Yomo 1 it's alright. I mean, it's not bad. It's pretty good. I think I'll just put it above PK Ken maybe, or maybe not. Maybe around like this, I think. Okay, next we have Tatara. So Tatara is, believe it or not, it is meta. I don't know exactly where I would put this. Also, I don't know if I want to put Noro above Kashi because Noro's modes are pretty brain dead, but Kashi is also pretty brain dead. This is kind of hard, so for this tier list, just see that these two, I'll put it pretty much equal, and I'll put Tatara above Kagakon because the burn is insanely good. Like I'm speaking, the burn is just crazy. Makes it pretty difficult to fight because they just put flames everywhere. So you take like tick burn damage, whether you even, and at times, say they just put flame everywhere, just S hold to keep dodging. It's pretty brain dead on that note. Next we have, this is Toka. So believe it or not, I've actually fought max levels of Toka 2, and they've actually, I think they went glass cannon as well. They've been just kicking my ass, honestly, because the range spam is on a different level. So we'll put this at I don't know where I wanna put this, honestly. Is it better than these? Okay, let me think. So with Toka, it is a range spam, but it doesn't have any special kind of text. It's really just a shard for a. So for this, we'll just put it here for now, because I guess it's not you know, the form isn't crazy. It's just a damage that can be pretty good. Next we have Jason. Jason is mid. It's like it's not bad, but it's just on a mid level. I'll put this I think after Yomo. Next we have Jason's Kakuja. So this is definitely, I'd rate this as a good one. It's not crazy meta, but it is pretty good. Especially when you're close ranged, it is pretty unbeatable. So we'll put this, I don't know if I want to put this above, like, Amon and Koshi. Not Koshi, Taki K1. But I think I'll just put it, honestly, I think it's at the same level as Taki K1, so I'll just put it above. Or I'll just put it here, I'll just put it here. Okay. So next we have Kaneki's second centipede. This is great for farming Gyakusatsu. It's not bad for PvP. We'll put this at good level. I think I'll put it above Koshi, and we'll put it here. I think that's a good spot for it. This is the old design I think, but it also did get a new design, so just ignore that and pretend it's the new one. Just like Noro, just pretend it's the new design. Now we have Tatara, so this is very mid. It's not bad, but it's not PvP viable, and yeah, it's just gonna stay at mid. Next we have Takizawa, the first form. Definitely outscales every of these, I'd say, so we'll leave it at the highest B. Next we have Taki K2, one of the best kakuja of all time. So honestly, I'll put it after Noro because I guess Noro is just a bit cracked at the moment, but people saying, oh, it got nerfed or whatever. I don't see it personally. I guess I just got it a bit late, maybe that's why. But I'll put it after Noro. Alright, it gets the second place. That's fair enough, I'd say. And yes, I'm putting this also above Koshi K2 because as much as this is spammable, if this gets close ranged, it's pretty hard to fight close ranged. And even if you're far ranged, the C move of Taki K2 does a lot of damage. So I think it's pretty deserving of the second S spot. Next we have, oh, okay, here we are. This is the Hinami K2 I didn't see earlier, so we'll put this at this here. And we'll change this and put it over, I really don't know how good this is. I think I'll put it at here. Okay. Now we have Eto K3. As I said earlier, I don't think this is as good as Eto. I'll just put it next to Eto K2 because the laser does a lot of damage. It does good damage, it's just the moves are not that good. Let me give a demonstration of what I mean. So look. So what I mean with this is that if you press full, so last mode, I'll let him hit me for the laser. Alright, so as you can see, so M1, the E move is just very, I don't know, it's good for, you know, as you can see, you got the enemy, it has a good AoE, a bit like the Eto 1 F move, obviously a way better version. Then you have R. R is very good, it's a good dash. Also, Eto's a good passive of, you know, when you jump, it does a good dash, because you can't dash with Eto K3, it just does pretty fast. And then you have F. It's like an AoE kind of slam, but it's not a great AoE, so. And then we have the C move. I'm just going to give you all an example of the laser. It's really good, it uses the whole bar of it. I'm not trying to say this mode is bad. What I'm saying is that if you're getting jumped by a lot of people, you're going to be losing way too much health, and you're just gonna, you might even just, you know, get killed before you even use your C spec. So that is why I kind of just put it there. Next we have, I think this is the old Nishiki, or is it Nishi 2? We're gonna assume it's Nishi 2. I'm just gonna put it at bad, I guess, not great. Next we have the what was this Kagune called? I need to recheck. I'm assuming this is Renji Yomo's second mode, I'm pretty sure. It looks about right. So this one is... Okay, so I had a little look at the showcase because I've honestly never used the Yomo K2, and it is Renji Yomo K2. Oh, K1, my bad, the second mode. So this is a pretty... it's decent, it doesn't look that good, but it does have a decent moveset to it. So we will put it I guess it could be above Amon. I'd say just around this level, I'm not too sure though. Next we have the Kaku Kong. This is without a doubt a very meta kakuja. So this one is definitely going at S. I'll put it above Tatara and Godzilla, because when you get close to this kakuja, if you get dazed and comboed up, you're pretty much dead. It's either you get to escape or you're dead when you fight this. So I'll put it there. Maybe it's better than Koshi, but then again, Koshi S hold range spam is a bit meta like that. I don't even know if I'll put this above Takizawa. I kind of doubt it though. I don't know. Maybe I'll just put it. I'll put it between Takizawa and Koshi. Next we have this one. I don't want to be mean about this, but I've been told and I've seen a showcase. This is pretty bad. Even the kakuja is just not great. So we'll put this. We'll put it here. It was disappointing when I saw the showcase. Just looks very underwhelming, let's say. Anyways, we have Tonakai. Tonakai isn't that bad. It's got the transformation has got a passive damage reduction by 20%. It's got a field. The C move is pretty good at this. It's decent. It's decent. We'll put this. I think I'm gonna put this above Jason, above Takiza. Maybe here. I'll put it here. Next we have the K1 version of I forgot the name of this. It's a pretty long name, but it was added on Halloween, so it's not actually from the anime. But we'll put this at like here maybe. I think this is a pretty good one. Yeah, we'll leave it there. Next we have the Kakukong 1, so the first form before the Kakuja. This is actually very good. I'm gonna put this like here because Nishiki K1's range kinda outdo these two, but these two are very good on the first form. Next we have the Amon K2. So this is the second mode of which one is it? This one. So Amon K2 is, I'd consider this an S tier, but I don't know exactly where I would put this. It's good, but it's not the craziest. I'll just leave it at the last row, I guess. Next we have Furuta. So I also seen when I asked Sushi last time as well, as I did in my quinque tier list video, he said he likes Furuta. This is probably one of his favorite ones, but I'd have to say Furuta isn't even bad. Now hear me out. This is one of the most complicated Kagunes I've come across, where it only has one form, but that form is really good. Basically, Furuta's moves are quite simple, but if you know what you're doing, you can cook up the most devious combos. And if you don't believe me, search up on YouTube Furuta combos or Furuta showcase. There's one video that shows you some crazy combos. Like, the moves are also simple, but when you add them in combos, it can be like an infinite combo. You can jump and click. Even the click contributes to a combo, so it's kind of a special Kagune, I'd say. And honestly, I'll be kind of this one because it is. If you're good, it is good. I'll say it like that. So I'll put this at the S tier last tier. And I think that's pretty fair. Maybe Hinami should be at S tier as well here. I think that's good now. Alright, maybe that's agreeable. I don't know what you guys think, but this is my Rogu Kagune tier list. Maybe some of them are a bit misaligned, whatever, but you know, I've tried to be as fair as possible with these. I think it's a pretty good tier list. If you guys have enjoyed this video, like and sub. Let me know what else you guys want to see me doing Rogu, and I'll see you guys on the next one.